Hey there pranksters, welcome back to another fun and exciting video. So last year I showed you many ways to create your own Avengers weapons and props. So here is a compilation of the easiest ways to successfully create your favorite MCU superhero weapons. Let's start off with the big guy. That's right, I'm talking about the Incredible Hulk. This guy is massive, and even though Hulk doesn't possess any real weapons, he is still regarded as one of the most powerful beings ever in the MCU. So to do Hulk some justice, we are gonna create his smashing fists. All the supplies needed for this you can get at your local dollar store. Basically all you need is some bubble wrap and some tape. Let's start off by wrapping our hands with some plastic wrap, as I'm doing so right here. Hold it together with some tape, but make sure that it's not too tight. Now let's fold the fingertips end to create a fist, and again you will want to keep it in place with some tape. The amount of bubble wrap is up to you. I myself want to make Hulk's hands as thick and fat as possible. Again, I'm gonna be folding back the fingertip ends to make it look like a fist. Since you can't have a fist without a thumb, you can create one using a roll of bubble wrap. Just position it where the thumb would go and tape it on. At this point we have our fist shape, and it actually looks like a boxing glove. Now we want to give it some color, and I found the perfect tape for that at the dollar store. Obviously it's green just like Hulk. Wrap up everything with it till it's completely covered in green. When you do this though, try not to tighten it, as you want to be able to slide your hand in and out with ease. If you want to get creative with this, you can use a marker to give Hulk's fist a bit more detail. So far we are half done, as we need to create another Hulk fist for the other hand. But once you finish with that one, you are ready to start smashing things. It's fun if you also have a buddy that makes his own Hulk smashing fists, that way you guys can enjoy this more. This is very safe and doesn't hurt when you get hit by it, but of course you can pretend to be Hulk in any way that you want. Enjoy! In my own personal opinion, Iron Man has had some of the coolest weapons of all the Avengers. Tony Stark doesn't really have any superpowers, but when he puts on his Iron Man suit, he seems invincible. So let's go ahead and create his blaster and laser beam, which are some of his trademark weapons. For this you will need a red mini flashlight, a push lamp. These are nice because you just push the center and they turn on or off. Both of these light sources I got at the dollar store. I actually had to go to Walmart to get a red cleaning glove that we will be using. When you get these though, try to get a size bigger than what you need, and you'll see why in a second. Take the push lamp and position it inside the glove. Try to push it all the way down till it's on the center of the glove's palm. Push on the lamp so it turns on, and now you can easily trace the light with a marker. Once you have the circle outline ready, simply just cut it off with a pair of scissors. To keep the push lamp in place, you'll have to apply some hot glue on the inside edges of the glove so that it sticks onto the lamp. As you can tell, the lamp is somewhat bulky, which is why I told you to get larger gloves to accommodate it. We are pretty much done with Iron Man's blaster. Now let's go to work on the laser, which normally you would find on top of his hand. This is where our little flashlight will come in handy. Just stick it onto the glove, and for that I will use a strip of gold tape. This definitely matches the old school Iron Man suit. That's pretty much it guys. Try it on and pretend like you are Iron Man. To activate the blaster, just press on the center, and the laser beam, just click on the back so the flashlight turns on. Use your imagination with these and you can have a lot of fun. See how easily I can use my blaster? And again, my laser is also easy to activate.
Huh?
Let's move on to Black Panther. To me, he has one of the most appealing costumes. I especially like his mask, but one of his most notable features are his retractable claws that he will use from time to time as weapons. Now, if you want to appear like you have retractable claws just like Black Panther, try the following out. You'll need a pair of black winter gloves. You can get these also at the dollar store. Whiteout will also help with adding details. All we're basically gonna do is cut out the tips from the fingers on each glove. Make sure that they are big enough cuts that your fingers can go through. As far as the design, you guys can take the white out and decorate it any way you want, but try to keep it similar to the markings such as the one Black Panther has. To make it appear like claws, you'll have to wear some white gloves underneath the black ones. For example, here I have some white latex gloves. When you do put on the black gloves, make sure that your fingertips don't stick out until you are ready for battle. That's when you pull on the gloves and reveal your claws to your enemies. I've heard people actually say that Hawkeye is one of the weaker Avengers and that his weapon of choice, a bow and arrow, isn't as exciting as the other Avengers' weapons. Well, even if that's true, for a human who has no superpowers, he sure can hang in there with the best of them. His ability to hit his target every time is very impressive in my opinion, so right now we are gonna make our version of his bow and arrow, and you don't really have to buy any fancy materials, guys. All you need are 2 hangers, some black tape, and a pencil with an eraser on it. Let's start off by removing the hooks from the hangers. Do this to both. Now stack them up together and hold them in place with some black tape. Now we are done. Just hold up the hangers as if you were Hawkeye. Just like this, load up the pencil as you see me doing right here, pull back, and when you have locked in your target, just release. For this next one, we are going to be making our version of Doctor Strange's Eye of Agamotto, which he carries with him at all times hanging from his neck. To pull this off, you will need a round LED light similar to the one we used to create Iron Man's blaster. A balloon will be needed as well. Here I'm using a green one which best represents the Eye of Agamotto. To hang it, we will be using some rope, but you can use any type of string that you want. Lastly guys, have some tape handy. This one is gold color which best represents the Eye of Agamotto. We're gonna begin by cutting off the tip from the balloon as we want to be able to wrap the balloon around the LED light. Should look something like this. You can clearly tell that I used a happy birthday balloon here, but that's okay guys, as I will be covering it with some gold tape. And I'm only putting tape around the outer edges of the LED light. So far it's looking really good, but of course the Eye of Agamotto is a more oval shape, sorta like an eye, so with some tape, try to do your best to get that shape. As for the center, you can clearly see the designs on it, so with a few thin strips of tape, try to add those details onto it. See guys, that wasn't so hard, and now we're pretty much done. The last step is to attach a piece of rope to act as a necklace. Once you put it on, just activate your Eye of Agamotto and you too can possess Doctor Strange's powers. For best effects, try to do this with the lights off or dimmed. Everyone will be impressed once they see this.